Hello there, ladies and gents. This isn't my usual intro, however the first 5 minutes of recording seems to have erased itself from existence, so instead I will explain what I am doing here. I am going to make an automated chicken farm like I have been promising for some time. I do run into a few problems though, certain elements that I need to craft which I am currently unable to, and as you can see I keep freezing and going and freezing. I have no reason behind this, and I have made many changes in the settings. As you can see here, from my handy dandy silk touch pickaxe, gathering stone is as easy as just breaking some blocks from a nearby cave. I don't even have to travel that far. Anyway, this system is rather simple and is quite cheap. As long as you can get to the nether and build yourself a comparator, you have most of what you need, and you should have more than enough string. It happened that I only had one string left over, and I didn't even have a spare bow lying around. Because of this, I had to improvise and had to go out on hard difficulty to kill some spiders that drop wool. I also clear out the quarry, of course, as I do every episode. I also choose to start a new trend, which I was planning to do every episode until I was utterly shattered. You'll see about that at the end. I'll be with you as soon as I am on to the next part of the video. Also, I apologise if this video is either out first thing in the morning or very late. It's currently 11:30, and as I'm trying to do daily uploads, that gives me about 15 minutes to edit it, so it may not be to the same quality of which you are used to. And of course it's longer recording than I ever thought I would use, so I apologise profusely. After looking through every single one of my chest, I chose it would be a smart idea to just run around this plains biome. From my understanding, spiders still spawn in the day, however are not hostile to you, so I was hoping I would stumble across some. Of course I did not want to cross this river, as there is a illager outpost, or a pillager outpost, whatever they are called, and I do not want to be dealing with these angry crossbow-wielding fighters. It's a strange mystery, the illagers. Where do they come from, and where do they go? Where do they come from? Cotton Eye Joe. I was having no luck for my chase for the spider, and so instead of wasting time running around, I had the realization I could go clear this episode's level of quarry and give you, the ladies and gentlemen at home, a lovely time-lapse. Of course, someone in the comments, I think his name was Exquisite Puma or something similar, asked if I could turn down the volume. I jokingly said make me, however I want him to know that I will be doing an effort to make it quieter. I played it back and realised it is a lot louder than my voice, especially when all it is drrrr, which must not be particularly pleasurable to certain people. I know for a fact that I personally like the sound, however as I am not here for me, and I am here for you, I will do what is best for the community. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this much shorter time-lapse. I truly love how much faster this new pickaxe is. It makes clearing the next staircase of mine much easier, and though it is not many blocks, it is still 10 by 9, so I am mining 90 blocks, roughly. Of course you have to factor in the blocks from the staircase, which would be of course half of 10 times... I don't know. It's all too complicated for me to do. Of course, would it be? No, because you'd have to factor in it's 10 times 9, so it's 90 per layer, and then it would be 90 per layer, and I'll do however many layers. Someone figure it out in the comments. Tell me how many blocks I mine every time I do one of these. Now at the bottom, I've made it perfectly, so I am at y equals 12. I do not know whether to mine the final 12-ish blocks before I go to bedrock, or just mine outwards, which would kind of make my strip mine redundant. Anyway, I will be with you as soon as it is night, or I choose to do something useful. I realised that I would also need a lava bucket. This would kill the chickens and cook them. Of course, this system has not been tested on my creative world due to my cramped time. I started recording at 10:30, and you have to factor in that there's nearly 40 minutes of footage, and then I have to take this footage, edit it, and upload it. And I'll be honest, my Wi-Fi is pretty slow, and sometimes I am even forced to upload it via my mobile data. Voxy may not be happy with my 7 gigabytes I've used in the last 5 days, but anything to make the YouTube crowd happy. Now I have gathered the lava from a lucky nearby lava pool, which I used to get the obsidian for my very small nether portal. I'll be with you as soon as anything substantial happens, or night time. I have now dumped everything important to me into this chest. This is because I do not want to lose it. Of course, if I go out now and die to a horde of mobs, that would be rather awkward, so I'm also preparing myself. I choose to make a couple god apples, or golden apples as they're more commonly known. I only choose to make 2, I believe this shall be enough. I was grossly overestimating the power of these mobs, but I was quite lucky in the sense that I ran outside, and everything I needed was there already. I've been rather fortunate this series, and I hope you appreciate that this may not be the same in every world, and a lot of the things I do, I am doing to show you how to do it yourself at home. As you can now see, it is night time, so I need to go hunt some mobs. There's a lot of long pauses in recording, isn't there? Here we are. Time to head downstairs. I like my door system because I can go straight out the front into a field or through a back room. Of course, you should always close the door behind you. For me, I was rather lucky. There were 2 spiders straight outside, and they were alone. I should be able to take them quite easily. Now, if this was Xbox, I imagine my fighting would be a lot better. However, for some reason, I struggled using the sword and the mouse. If you want, I can show you exactly what my setup is. I may try use Bluetooth on my Xbox controllers and connect it up that way, though I am not sure I would like that as there are a whole lot more buttons. I will be back with you as soon as I have the dispenser. I now have everything I will need to build the automatic chicken farm. Again, I am not sure if it works, so this is not a surefire tutorial. I am choosing to put it next to the chicken farm that I already have that produces eggs. As you can see, I have a lot of eggs, meaning I can spawn chickens in rather easily instead of having to coax them and do the old breeding method. We found this rather useful when populating my egg farm anyway. I did find one problem with this tutorial, however. The tutorial I was following missed out a lot of items, so I found myself running and back to my house over and over again. I'll be with you with the first step of the tutorial. I had a lot of problems with the tutorial I watched, so I'll try make this plain and simple. Make sure you have enough space. You should need roughly 7 by 3. Place your chest at the front middle and attach an item hopper to this chest. This is where all your blocks will feed. Place a glass block on top of the chest. I found out this allows the chest to open. Over here on my old farm, I did not know this, so I broke the block. Of course, I completely forgot this would release all of the chickens, so I tried desperately to place a block and failed. Most of my chickens got out. I chose then to slaughter them. I'll be back with you as soon as I'm building again. Next, you are going to build up cobblestone behind. You will build 4 back. You will also build either side. This wasn't particularly well explained in the tutorial I watched, so I thought I'd make it a lot easier here. I'll be back with you on the very next step. Next, you're going to want to put a slab over this hopper. I currently do not have enough hoppers. I will need one more. Next, you're going to place a dispenser. This dispenser has to be shooting into the hopper. I failed at this a few times, however, do learn to do it. The reason I have now figured out, behind putting the hopper facing on the half slab, is it'll throw the eggs. These eggs will then lay chicks on that small block, and then when they grow to adults, they will be killed by the larva before their blocks drop into the dispenser. Now you're going to want to build up over this, and round back is where we're going to put the redstone. Put 2 repeaters facing, one facing into there and one facing away. This should face away from where the drop is located, and the other should face towards it. Put here a comparator. You're then going to want to fill the remaining cobblestone in with redstone and activate the comparator. It's very important so that you remember to activate it. I do not understand this redstone, just know that it works. You're next going to want to build up and around all of this. Now you're going to want to put a hopper feeding into this dispenser. At this point I realised I did not have enough hoppers on me and will have to run back. I was getting rather annoyed with the tutorial I was using, for it was rather useless at specifying how much of each I would need. However, you're going to want to have hoppers all feeding into each other. The idea is that all of the eggs that will feed into these hoppers and will all go into the dispenser. I'll be with you very soon. Here I place in the third and final hopper. All of these hoppers will lead into that one dispenser, which will throw all the eggs that are put into the dispenser via the hoppers. Next, you're going to want to put carpets on top by shift and clicking. This will mean that the chickens can stay here, and it will be a platform for them to live and grow up on. Now you're going to want to build up 2 all around it. This is so the chickens can be in there and stay in there. You can choose to put glass at the front to follow the pattern. Here I realised I forgot something else, so I'll be back with you very soon. You may choose to put glass here to follow the main pattern of the entire build. Of course, a cobblestone is going to be placed behind it. Now on the half slab that we placed earlier, I want you to put the lava. Like I said, this will allow the chickens to be cooked. If I make any mistakes, I am sorry. I am just hoping that this system works. Next, you're going to place a block over the top and build up that second layer. The importance of this is to stop the chickens from escaping. I will not make you watch me throwing every egg in, as it was a long and tedious process. But now you are ready. All you have to do is fill up that hole and block it off. Those chickens will grow up and lay eggs. The more chickens, the more eggs. The more eggs, the more eggs that will grow up in the fire. More fire, the more cooked food and feathers. This system is rather perfect. You may eventually have to expand the storage. I'll be back with you as soon as it is filled up. It is being cleared up to the best of my abilities. I also put a glass roof on top so I can always see inside. As you see, this system is working perfectly, and as soon as these chickens are of age, they will start to grow, and they will start to lay all of their beautiful children for me to eat and devour. Even if I have other animal pens, an automated farm is much more useful. I will be back with you very soon. Time is moving very quickly, so I'm going to be very fast here. I have chosen to kill some zombies to get up to level 30. I'll be back with you after a time lapse of me doing so. Sorry to say that I do not believe this video will be up in time. I have tried my greatest and it is not enough. I am now going to run back up to my house to craft a pickaxe. I'll be with you very soon. It turned out to be an utter disappointment with just unbreaking free, so all I can say is goodbye.